Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle Kramer. I'm the director for the Data Science Institute, and I am here to welcome you all to the inaugural UW-Madison Open Awards. We have a great turnout. We have a number of people who will be getting honored today, which is great. We also have some guests from the Sloan Foundation, so I'm just going to call out maybe Josh and Liz. You can raise your hand or something, but here they are. So I'll just point out Josh and Liz in their program. They were instrumental to my career, but they also funded a lot of things like Jupyter, Julia in its early days. So lots of tools that we know and love. So I would like to thank them for that. And they're also one of the funders for the open source program office. So I'm just going to hand it over. I'm very happy that the Vice Chancellor for Research, Dorota Brzezinska, is here today to say some opening remarks about open source, open scholarship, etc. And I'll just leave it to Dorota. Please come in.
All right. Thank you very much, Kyle, for this kind introduction, and good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, that's better. I am here really to welcome everyone and recognize people who actually make this event happen, and then recognize others who are extremely already established and accomplished in this domain. So let me actually begin with a huge thank, of course, to Kyle, but entire Data Science Research Bazzar Planning Committee. I want to thank all the individuals, but also your departments for allowing you to take the time and spend this time to organize this fantastic event. I also want to recognize our colleagues from Madison College who partner in serving on this committee. As Kyle mentioned, we already have two guests from Sloan Foundation, so a huge thank you and big welcome to Josh and Liz, who are both representing Sloan Foundation today. Now, I want to continue down my list of thank yous, so let me now continue with the associate deans and staff who are here from UW-Madison Libraries. I also want to recognize Erla Haynes, who is our librarian, university librarian and vice provost for university libraries. Erla is not here today. She travels internationally, but I want to recognize her for her activities, for her support, and thank her for supporting advancing open scholarship and open efforts on campus. And last but not least, I would like to recognize Alison Kittinger and Bethany Philbrick, who are from our newly established Office of Open Source program at UW-Madison. All right, well, thank you all. So today's theme, AI in ML in research, navigating opportunities and boundaries, is a topic which frankly is kind of close to my heart. So I feel like I'm among the kindred spirits. I swear I was a scientist once before I moved to the dark side of administration. I devoted most of my career really working in geospatial data. So this first presentation was spectacularly well received, at least by my brain. I worked in GPS and global navigation satellite system and all other ways to collect geospatial data and georeference them with a very high accuracy. My most recent work in this domain was really early days of AI, image-based navigation for autonomous vehicles. So I feel like I belong here. Now, I'm really glad to see such a great turnout and to recognize not only the importance of data science to our research enterprise, but most of all, you are here to grow the significance of open scholarship and advancing this in our research and education mission. So by traditional norms, of course, academia most often prioritized closed forms of publishing and also proprietary products, and this obviously is shifting, and you are the great proof that the culture shift is happening. So this open practice we recognize today really represent this cultural shift, not only at this university, but essentially across academia. We are shifting to open scholarship, including open source software, open science, and open access publishing, which is helping us essentially break down barriers, making knowledge more accessible and enable a lot of collaborations. So this open practices foster innovation and drive societal impact by encouraging transparency and also, to a large extent, reproducibility of the research, which we know oftentimes has been a problem. Now, what else is the benefit of open source or open science? Of course, this enables also a very quick, very swift pivoting as needed in specific areas of research, which oftentimes in critical emerging areas. All of us remember COVID-19 and how quickly we were able to pivot, how quickly government was able to pivot and review those projects, proposals, and how quickly we were able to develop as a society all those vaccines and other life-saving solutions. And so again, I want to emphasize that University of Wisconsin-Madison and my office are really committed to these open principles, and we're going to work with this community to make sure that the culture is growing across our domains. Now, today is also a very special day. We celebrate the university's inaugural Open Awards. There are two categories of awards. One is Open Scholarship and the other one Open Source. Those awards recognize campus contribution to the Wisconsin idea by highlighting the importance of sharing knowledge and making research accessible. The awards embody spirit of sharing knowledge freely, also fostering collaboration and innovation that can extend far beyond our campus. Now, you have to wait a few minutes to really learn who those recipients are, because I would like to take a moment and recognize first our Hall of Fame winners. And those are very esteemed academicians, our colleagues on campus, with a long track of record of impactful contribution to society. And instead of reading the names, let me advance the slides so you could see yourself. They are smiling faces. And if I have Doug, Carl, Kevin, and Matthew stand up to be recognized, I think they are in the room. All right. Then we have Morton N., Corina, Erwin, and Tracy, and Jenny. Can you please stand up to be recognized? And last but not least, this is the last group of our Hall of Famers. Can Sarah and Miran and someone from Julia Philo team stand up to be recognized? And also SSEC Community Satellite Processing Software. Well, huge congratulations to all of you. I also want to mention that the names of the winners would actually be engraved on a plaque, which will be placed in the library's new digital scholarship hub. So fantastic. We look forward to adding more names every year. So in closing, I really just want to say again, thank you for what you are doing. I want to also emphasize the commitment of the university and my office to working with you and really extend the culture of open source, open scholarship, open science. And I would like to wish you very successful rest of your conference and on Wisconsin. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm David Pavlich. I'm the Associate Dean for Collections for the UW-Madison Libraries. And I'm really happy to be here this morning. This is, I think, the third year that I've been able to attend this event. It's a really amazing event, so I just want to thank all of you who've participated in organizing it. It's such a great opportunity to get a little bit of a taste of the research that's going on this campus, and so thanks so much for that. I'm really happy to be able to participate in the event this year. As was mentioned earlier, the library's dean, Erla Haynes, is currently abroad. She's in South Africa, and I just want to say that she would be really honored to be able to participate today, but unfortunately she couldn't be here, so you have me serving as her proxy. The libraries are really proud to support and promote the open practices that are being celebrated here today. And I am here this morning to introduce the winners of the 2025 Open Scholarship Awards. The Open Scholarship Award recognizes UW-Madison faculty and research professionals from any stage of their career who have demonstrated a significant commitment to open practices in their work. We are thrilled to recognize two scholars today who are leaders in their commitment to open scholarship. Our first inaugural Open Scholarship Award recipient is James E. Pustiowski, Associate Professor in Educational Psychology Department. Dr. Pustiowski is an applied statistician and methodologist whose research focuses on advancing methodologies for research synthesis and meta-analysis in the social sciences. He has also demonstrated a sustained commitment to open practices throughout his scholarly career. He has been a vocal advocate for open data and replication packages through his service as an associate editor at Psychological Bulletin, the top journal for research syntheses in the field of psychology. He co-authored and is currently revising an open textbook in designing Monte Carlo simulations in R. He has also authored 45 publications that are available open access or as preprints. He has authored 8 open source software packages, 2 of which include interactive web applications, and 1 of which ranks among the top 10% of downloads in the comprehensive R archive network. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Pustiowski.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Data Science Institute as well as the Sloan Foundation for this great recognition. I would also like to thank my department, especially my colleagues in the Quantitative Methods program, Ji-Sung Kim, especially for the nomination. It's a real honor. As was mentioned, I'm an applied statistician and a methodologist, and the work that I've done on both on open science or on open source software package development and open science practice, so advancing open and reproducible data analysis in the field of research synthesis, has really been the most intellectually gratifying, interesting, and challenging work that I've done in my career. It's really fundamentally changed the way I view my discipline as an applied statistician, and I think for the better, because I feel like it's been the most consequential thing I've done as a scholar, and so it's really especially gratifying to get this recognition today. Also because, as Dorada mentioned, right, at least in the realm of the way academics are traditionally evaluated, open source projects, open scholarship hasn't been the most highly valued thing in terms of academic metrics and the like. So I think it does a great credit to the Data Science Institute and to this university to be recognizing and investing in open scholarship, open educational materials, and open practices. It also makes me really excited to see what's to come. I'm amazed at the work that was shown in the Hall of Fame, and I'm excited to see what future award winners we'll be bringing in years to come here. So thank you very much.
Our other Open Scholarship Award recipient is Ryan Jacobs, scientist in the Department of Materials Science and Engineering. Dr. Jacobs was nominated for embodying FAIR, F-A-I-R, practices and developing open source software and tools for machine learning in materials science. Dr. Jacobs' commitment to FAIR, which stands for Findable, Accessible, Interoperable, Reproducible practices, spans the open sharing of publications, data, software tools, and machine learning models. In just the past 3 years, he has published 20 peer-reviewed journal articles that are in open access journals or are open access through archive.org. He is the lead developer of the open source Materials Simulation Toolkit for Machine Learning, which is downloaded an average of 20 times per day and has been widely used by the UW-led Informatics Skunkworks group, which has engaged over 550 undergraduate students in data science research. As his nominator put it, Dr. Jacobs' commitment to open scholarship, software, and data is helping to lead a revolution in machine learning and data-centric thinking in materials. Please join me in recognizing Dr. Jacobs.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. I'd like to thank the Data Science Institute and the Sloan Foundation for this honor. I have to say I've never seen an award quite like this before, so I really appreciate bringing to light the importance of open scholarship and open research. As was mentioned, I'm a material scientist, so I do research to discover and design new materials using machine learning and AI tools. I really believe that next generation materials, say the next battery that's going to make a longer range electric vehicle, will be discovered or designed, at least in part, with machine learning. And so with that, it's really essential to have ready access to data, tools, models, and so forth to make this a reality. At least for me, I'm starting to feel a greater sense of urgency to do all this faster. And so one part of what we've done is we've gathered from the literature dozens of different materials data sets that may have been in tables or difficult to find, some of which was on GitHub if you're lucky. And then codify those all together, make them, clean them up so that they're sort of machine learning ready, put them online, but then also use this material simulation toolkit that was mentioned to fit machine learning models, and then sort of link the data with the models together in sort of an accessible way that other researchers can then build upon and then use not only to reproduce previous results, but then expand data sets, fit better models, and then sort of use that to then predict new materials. So with that, we've sort of gone beyond the usual case of just having machine learning models, but also adding new things like domain of applicability or error bar guidance to really just make the materials not just give you a prediction, but do something more useful to guide materials design. And I really think that having open access to data codes and models and so forth is really the way that at least material science is going, but these tools are really generally applicable to other fields as well. So thank you so much for bringing open scholarship to light. Thank you.
Now we celebrate recipients of the Open Source Award. The Open Source Award recognizes outstanding open source work at UW-Madison. Open source development thrives on the strength of its community, and our recipients today exemplify how collaborative efforts can lead to impactful and vibrant communities. As the Open Source Program Office Manager, that's my name up there, Allison Kittinger, it is an honor and a pleasure to participate in the conferral of these awards. Our first inaugural Open Source Award recipient is Dr. Rich Townsend in the Department of Astronomy. Dr. Townsend is unable to be with us today, but he is recognized for his work developing Gyre, a stellar oscillation code. Gyre is an impactful open source tool for astroseismic analysis used by hundreds of researchers across the globe to analyze data from planet hunting satellites such as NASA's Kepler and TESS missions. With its growth and added improvements, Gyre has, as Dr. Townsend's nominator put it, cemented its position as one of the most important and impactful pieces of open source infrastructure for stellar astrophysics. In his absence, across the internet, Rich wishes to share, quote, "I'm immensely honored and excited to receive this award. Thank you. Open source software is a fantastic opportunity to carry the Wisconsin idea into the internet era, and I'm delighted that the Open Source Program Office is taking the lead in promoting its development and support across campus." Join me in recognizing Dr. Townsend. Our next recipient is Dr. Tyler Carrazza-Harder in the Department of Computer Sciences. Dr. Carrazza-Harder has been maintaining the Open Lambda project, an open source serverless computing project, since 2016. The Open Lambda project has over 1,000 commits from dozens of contributors, and the repository has been starred by 967 GitHub users. Serverless research projects frequently build on Open Lambda or use it as a point of comparison, and the original publication, Serverless Computation with Open Lambda by Oakes et al., has been cited 630 times. Dr. Carrazza-Harder incorporates open source into his teaching and has mentored upwards of 20 students via directed studies, many of whom who have contributed to Open Lambda, and several of these efforts have led to publications with undergraduate first authors. Join me in recognizing Dr. Carrazza-Harder.
Thank you, Allison. I'm really grateful to the Open Source Program Office and the Sloan Foundation for both the support of Open Lambda and myself and all the students working on it, and just like the broader open source ecosystem on campus. I teach a lot of big data science courses like the intro Python sequence and intro to big data systems. And I can tell you firsthand, our students are just hungry for projects with real world impact. At the class sizes we teach, everybody's doing the same project. It's the same thing. There's some lessons you just can't teach in that setting, like the value of documenting your code or testing it, or how to dig into a big code base. And so open source is such a fantastic way for students to find meaning and learn these skills that they just cannot learn anywhere else. I also want to thank the OSPO and the Sloan Foundation for their support of the OSPO interns this semester. I've had so many students that have contributed to Open Lambda, either on a volunteer basis or directed study. This is our first time we've ever had a paid open source intern working on Open Lambda, and I'm so excited about it. She's already made several great contributions, and I'm really excited for what's going to happen this spring semester. So thank you again, and I'm really honored to be here today with you all.
And with that, I now conclude the Open Awards, the first ever inaugural Open Awards. Thank you, everyone, for being here to recognize and celebrate the, frankly, incredible work happening in the Open at UW-Madison that touches so many beyond campus. As Dr. Townsend noted, it is the epitome of the Wisconsin idea. In fact, the slogan of our open source program office is open sourcing the Wisconsin idea for that very reason. We hope you enjoy the rest of the Research Bazaar and wish you safe travels home. Thank you very much.
I just also wanted to make sure it was very clear that the libraries partnered with the Data Science Institute on this. I appreciate the warm thanks to the Data Science Institute, and we certainly had our hand, but Cameron and the libraries and Erla and Lee and everybody. So thank you very much. I just want to make it very clear that the libraries is really a very strong supporter of open scholarship and has been doing that for a long time, and we really are appreciating our partnership together. So I just wanted to add that at the end. All right, thank you.
Hey, thanks all for your participation in the open source hour we just had. I loved seeing the research applications and hearing how people are really taking that to the next level of sharing their science and making it more reproducible and able to be built upon.